guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to Season 11, Episode 4 of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town. And today we play Afan Lido in the league, and then we get our Champions League group stage underway. We are hosting Chelsea, and that is Chelsea come to Warsaw, as the joke goes. And yeah, that's going to be an interesting game for us. Now, there was a question in the Discord group, and there is a link to the Discord down in the description if you're not already a member, about the club finances and how much are we rolling in cash. And the answer is not as much as you would probably think. Yes, we do have £40.5 million in the bank, but a big part of that is the fact that we've, the players that we've sold this season. But you can see from last season, we actually only made about £500,000 profit. Once you take into account the fees that come out for upgrading the facilities, the training facilities, which is almost done now, so that'll give us an extra, 10 or so million a season, which will be amazing. Once you take into that and the fact that we have a wage budget of over 100 grand and our weekly gate receipts are probably about £1,000, so it doesn't last long. We're sort of at the high point right now. You can see last season at our high point we were at 33.5 million, so we're a little bit higher on that, which is obviously fantastic. But we've already from September, the start of the month, we've lost about £1 million. So. It doesn't last long, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, we're not as cash rich as you would think, but we're obviously getting by okay. Now, there's nothing to catch you up on. We've come straight back from last episode where we did, of course, go the 100 games unbeaten. And so now with that pressure off, we can just kind of enjoy ourselves. So quick look at the league table there. You can see that Cefn Druids, the newly professional team, are second, equal on points with the New Saints with a game in hand on them. So is there going to be a changing of the guard for second in the league? Let's hope so, because we don't like the New Saints. And we're 4 from 4 with 12 points. Afan Lido struggling a little bit without Marcus Wade. Yeah, so they're down there in 6th just now. Let's have a quick look at what we're up against here. Chris Maxwell is their manager, a 39-year-old Welshman, just beginning in his career, I would suspect, though he's been at the club for 4 years, so he's not that new to the job. Very cautious, direct style of play. We're expecting... Sometimes they actually come out in sort of a 5-3-2 against us. Did not mean to click that. They do, of course, have our Gwynedd striker on loan, but he obviously won't be able to play against us as his parent club. Heat map from their win over Haverfordwest. We can see that their passing network, very compact, and their key passes there as well. This is the team we're sending out, and we're going to, I don't think I've shown it on YouTube before, have I? Maybe once last season. The old 3-4-3 that we're experimenting with as an alternative formation, and we're going to see some new players here as well. So Tanis Kovic goes in goal. It's KDH, Griffin McMenemy, and young Ben Evans, who came through the academy. He gets a game at centre-back today. It's going to be Cameron and Norrington Davies down the wings. Youngster Buckley, who came through in last season's youth intake. He gets a start next to Sam York in midfield. It's going to be young Sam Evans up top. He's only 18. He's part of our improved Welsh football initiative. You can see, though, I can't move down without disappearing the attributes there, but passing of 10, vision of 16, technique of 16, first touch of 15. He is a very, very talented youngster. So I really do want to give him some game time. We're going to try him up there as a deep lying forward and see how he goes. Heinz Mackmeyer is going to get the start, basically because we promised him first team football. I want to make sure we fulfill the promise, so we can offer him a new contract. So I'm not taking any risks on that, even at the expense of Europe. And all mark, of course, goes up top. To show you what I mean about the promises, he wants a fair increase in playing time. He's not quite getting what he's expected. We've got 20 days left, so he's basically going to play every game between now and the next 20 days. So yeah, they have come out with the wing-backs. So that was more like what we were expecting from them. Do I recognise any names there? I don't think so. Obviously, the people where they've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench, so that doesn't bode well, does it? People we've loaned out can't play against us. Not through choice, I'd say it's just the rule, isn't it? I wouldn't mind if they did play against us, to be honest, though there might be more chance of beating us. Challenging to pick up where they left off. We've been on a good run lately, boys. Go out there and impress me. Some calm, we have faith. And let's bring on Win 101. Well, not win, undefeated 101. Now, while waiting for the game to be underway, I do have to say a big thank you to a new Patreon supporter, Luna Plusinski. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Thank you so much. I've been absolutely spoiled with new Patreon supporters this week. So yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. There is a link in the description to the Patreon. If you do enjoy the content and you are able to, it is greatly appreciated. It really does help me out. But if not, as I say, just keep watching the ads and that is absolutely fine. So a very slow start to the game here. We've had chances, haven't had highlights though. Can we give it a demand more and see what happens here? Absolutely nothing. You do wonder maybe with just the wing backs if it would be maybe a better game to maybe get wingers going out there. We do have that option, but that is not the first half we wanted, was it? So let's give them a bit of a rocket. We've demotivated Mackmeyer. Come on, mate. You're capable of better. You're capable of better. Buckley, the youngster in there, you're capable as well. We'll give them a little bit of time here in the second half to get their act together. Otherwise, I think we will look to go to wingers. We do have Vukovic and Owens who could get the job done for us in wide areas. It's not working, so we will have to make the change, unfortunately. So Allmark will go up top. Sam Evans can stay in there. That's fine. Let's get Vukovic down the left. Let's get... How's Ben Evans doing? He's doing fine. So let's keep the youngster on. Let's get Daniel Owens going down the right. And that all looks good. So calm, we have faith for those boys. And let's hope the change in formation brings a change of luck. Teniskovic, the highlight starts almost instantly. KDH, back for Teniskovic. Now, of course, Daniel Owens, who we've just put on to play wide right, he was on loan at Afan Lido last season. So it'll be interesting to see if he can come back and haunt his club from last year. Sam York brings it forward. What have we got here out there for Vukovic? Vukovic has the overlapping Norrington Davies. He goes infield for Sam Evans instead. Wide there for Cameron. It's a very narrow pitch they have, isn't it? Cameron gets it tackled away. Lumped forward. We win the ball back. KDH out to Norrington Davies. Forward to Vukovic. Vukovic back to Norrington Davies. Back down to Vukovic. Where's Allmark in the middle? We've got a man at the back post as well. Allmark's there and Allmark's header. Just over the bar. Let's give it a get creative here. We've got a, no, not a corner, but a throw in the corner. Norrington Davies for Buckley. Across in there for Daniel Owens, and he does come back and haunt his former club. Daniel Owens with a first goal of the season. Welcome back to Bala Town, mate. He was missed last year, to be honest. He's a useful player. I'll try and remember to show you his attributes after the highlight here, the replay I should say. But he can play through the middle, he can play in wide areas, and he can certainly head a ball, can't he? Excellent stuff. Norrington Davies with the assist. Where is he here? Yeah, you can see there, he's just a good all-round option. If he can get these 9s here up to 10s as well, he'll look even better. Another highlight as Cameron brings the ball forward for us. Sam York gets it forward, looking for Vukovic. He's header towards goal, but over the top. And we've definitely, well, not we, I've definitely got my tactics wrong for this one. We've looked much better, haven't we, playing with the wingers. Evans isn't having a great game in there. I wonder if we can maybe just change up his role a little bit to an advanced playmaker. Sam York, if we send you back to a deep liar, and let's just send Buckley as a central midfielder on support. Maybe give him a little bit less responsibility in terms of directing play. Allmark hasn't had a great game. We do kind of want to see a little bit more from him if we can. Norrington Davies with a corner. It's Buckley and it's disallowed. The youngster would have been his first goal for the club, his first goal in professional football, but unfortunately it has been ruled out there for a foul. What do we say? 1-0 is not, it's not what we signed up for, is it? We want to do better than that in domestic games, but that's all we've managed. Daniel Owens gets the win. We've dominated the game. Finishing was poor, and to be honest, the manager's tactics, they were average at best as well, weren't they? So Bala Town, not at their best, but victorious nonetheless. Norrington Davies with an assist and a decent game all round there, actually, so well done to you. Yeah, I mean, it will be his last season with us in all likelihood because he is, he's over 30 now. He's not getting any younger, and to be honest, he's not particularly a star of the team anymore. So enjoy him while he's here. 6 wins in a row now for Bala Town. Not sure if we deserved a win there, but we did. We dominated the game. Guys, wait right there. We host Chelsea next as we get the Champions League group stage underway. Yeah, look, mate, just remind Allmark that he's a domestic player, not a European player. He'll fall in line. All right, thank you, everybody. Now, it's always a very exciting time here at Bala Town as we get ready for the new Champions League group stage campaign. Now, do we have any questions? Yeah, Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist. Now, mate, you're facing Chelsea first up. Do you reckon you can take anything from the game? Yeah, look, Chaz, I mean, I always think we can get something. Call it arrogance or stupidity, you can decide. But we've got good players who are capable. So if we defend well and if we take our chances, yeah, we could spring a surprise. Yeah. Yeah. Do you reckon you can get out of the group, mate? Yeah, look, mate, I think we'll know a lot more about that after the Chelsea game. We need to make sure that we're winning at home. But if we can do that, get a little bit of luck elsewhere, then, yeah, you never know. It could be our year. Yeah, now, mate, last season you played a bloody boring bus park formation. Are you going to apply a similar strategy this time around? Yeah, look, I'm hoping that we can be a little bit more progressive, a little bit more ambitious this season. But ultimately, we need to get results and perhaps be realistic about how we're going to achieve those. Okay, welcome back. We're about to get our Champions League group stages underway against Chelsea. Unfortunately, Chris Venables and the under-19s did not get off to a very good start in this year's Youth Champions League. Absolutely smashed by Chelsea. Away from home, granted, but still, you'd like to think our youngsters could have done maybe even just managed a single shot. And we put out a relatively good team. There's a lot of the youngsters that we've just seen in the first team that played in this one, the future of Welsh football, and, well, we got a bit of a touch-up there, didn't we, unfortunately. But let's not worry about the youngsters, let's worry about the seniors, and this is what we have. We are hosting Chelsea. They are favourites. You would probably expect them to be. They are a Frank Lampard-coached team still. He's developing into a nice little manager in game here, isn't he, old Frank? So well done to him. He's been 10 years in charge at Chelsea, which is no mean feat with Abramovich at the club. Maybe he's moved on himself. But anyway, they're adventurous, standard playing style. They are currently sitting 5th in the Premier League. Early days here, obviously. But there they are up there, sitting in 5th. And if we have a quick look at what we're expecting here, we're expecting this sort of a formation, positional heat map there. We can see they're difficult to get a read, aren't they? They attack in wide areas, they attack through the centre, they pretty much attack anywhere. Passing network is there, their key passes as well from their draw with Leeds United last time out. And this is the team that we're sending out, and we are being a little bit more ambitious this season, particularly at home. I just feel like when in qualifying, we looked so much better. We looked a real threat when we had wide players. So we're going to stick a DM in. We're not going to go all out with a number 10. And we're just going to see how we go here. So Tanaskovic goes in goal. It's Montgomery, O'Halloran, Wanmi, and Ignatievic as the back four. Brewerton in front of them with Quinn and Dimov in midfield. Kusic goes down the right. It's Riola going down the left. The Big Mac, Heinz Mackmeyer, goes up top. Williamson's on the bench if we need him. We have options to change things around as well. Let's go. So there we go. Everybody is lining up as expected. João Felix is playing for them. Any other names there? We recognise Frankie de Jong. So there's, 11 years in, Reece James is still there, but there's still some decent players. Lamar is still kicking around as well. Anyway, let's worry about us here. Now, we did see last season in Europe, when we took pressure off, we did perform better in Europe. So we're going to try that this season. I was taking pressure off them as much as possible in the pre-game press conference as well. The in-game press conference, of course. But yeah, so let's just see how we can go here. It's good to see that Champions League football back, and 44 seconds in, we have some defending to do. Let's not. Away by Wanmi, and it's over the bar from Laporte. That's not exactly the start we were looking for. Maybe a nice early concentrate here. It's one of these, I think, if we can take anything from Chelsea, it's a massive bonus. We do really need to be, and Porto's taking the lead in Valencia. Ideally, I think we want Porto and Valencia to take points off each other. You can see what Quinn was going for there, but Riola just wasn't quite ready for it. You would expect Chelsea to be the class of the group. They were certainly, well, they weren't top seeds, where Valencia was as Europa League winners last season. But of course, Valencia as Europa League winners, I don't know how they did in the Spanish league, but they may not necessarily be a sort of champions. It was always going to be the risk with O'Halloran, wasn't it? He's not quite up to the standard of the rest of the defence. And he's given away yet another penalty in Europe. Can Tanaskovic be a hero? Oh! He went the right way, but just couldn't quite keep it out. You'd argue, perhaps, that he should have done, having got there. Oh, you've got to save that, mate. It was right there. Mr. Jelly Wrists. And he can't keep it out. And, well, we're 1-0 down now. And are we going to pay a price? Should I have been a little bit more defensively sound? I mean, we saw against Ajax, that was kind of what I based it off of. At home against Ajax with wingers in this exact formation, we looked really, really good. And then away from home, when we went sort of more defensive, there was absolutely nothing going on there for us attackingly. But you know what I mean. Quinn gets it forward. Heinz is there. He can't quite win it. Dimov, gets it forward to Kusik. Back to Brewerton. Can we get something going here? Come on, boys. Quinn. Do we need to maybe just lower our tempo a little bit? Are we trying to do things a little bit too quick? Let's take it off, be more expressive as well, and see if that helps us at all. Romario Barrow brings it forward for Chelsea. It's one of these, again, where we'll have to sort of learn the best way to get this particular formation working against the better teams if it is something we go forward with. Let me know your thoughts on it. I'm trying to have more of an attacking threat in Europe, and maybe I'm being a little bit too ambitious, but we have good players now. That's the thing. Are they as good as Chelsea players? Almost certainly not, and maybe that's the point, isn't it? Maybe we do need to, against better teams, just make sure we're hanging on for a point. Can we? You don't want to go 2-0 down right before the break. Me wins the header. Can we get this clear? It's over the bar in any case, so that's job done to a point. Are we exploiting the flanks? We're not. Let's maybe look to exploit the middle. We've seen when we try to go wide that we're pretty well covered. Riola and Kusik have sort of, if they have had any possession, it's sort of been more in field a little bit. So let's maybe go with that over the bar. Porto is 3-0 up now at home to Valencia. So maybe Valencia is going to be the whipping boys. And if that's the case, we saw we could beat Porto last year. So perhaps there is a little bit of hope that we can still do something in this group, even if Chelsea is going to be that little bit too strong for us. Yes, you'd argue that the team talk at kickoff didn't particularly work. With the wide players aren't involved in the game at all. They're looking anxious and nervous as well. So that begs the question, how long do we persist with this before we change things up? Here we go with a corner. Dimov gets it in. It's decent. It's over the bar. Was it O'Halloran, I think? It was a player on a booking. It might have been Big Mac at the back post. All right, we're going to say that this isn't particularly working. So we need to go back to... That is last year's formation, isn't it? So we'll do that. We bring Goddard on for Kusik. We bring Tommy Williamson on for Riola. We make the change. Quinn stay as that... defensive midfielder on support, please, Brewerton. That all looks good. We do need to attack now. So let's go with this and see if we can get any sort of luck with the change in formation. Probably need to unpause the game too, don't we? Oh, how many times have we seen this in Europe, though, where it's a penalty that we're behind to. We've looked relatively solid otherwise, and... am I about to jinx it? I mean, a set piece, this is the other way we concede goals, isn't it? This and Worldies, and there's the set piece, and there's the second goal. Same season, different crap, isn't it? No, different season, same crap. Got there in the end. Yeah, that's annoying. It's Ignatievic, he wasn't playing well. I noticed that just before the corner as well, that he was having a bit of a nightmare, a 6.4. Can we get one back? You never know. Montgomery in for Williamson to Quinn. Quinn with the ball. Big Mac's there, and Big Mac sticks it away. Oh, he's so good. Heinz Mackmeyer brings us back 2-1. And is there still a chance that we can get ourselves back in this game and get a point? Good cross in, and the Big Mac at the near post. No one anywhere near him, and he's not missing that. He is so good in the air. Come on, boys. Let's see what we can do here. Let's be maybe a little bit more direct. Let's play for set pieces. We have a bit of a threat from a set piece, don't we? Let's go and try and close them down and win this ball back. I don't want to get stuck in because we're just going to end up with red cards and missed tackles if we do that. One thing we could do late on here, because head-to-head against Chelsea is unlikely to make a difference. Let's bring Rene Felge on for Brewerton. Let's stick a number 10 in, which we will have as Williamson. Shadow striker. And do we go, say, complete forward on attack? Yeah, we're still getting early crosses in. We're going more direct anyway. So if we get a big threat up there, aerially at least, and then Tommy Williamson as the shadow striker just running in and around them, you never know. It just might work. In my head, it works perfectly. Let's see if it works in practice. Let's give him a push forward. Can we get a late equaliser? Go. No, we cannot. It's a penalty in a corner again. Are we ever going to learn in Europe? That is the big question, isn't it? But 2-1, we've lost to Chelsea. That, on the surface of things, as a Welsh club, is not too bad. Good effort, boys. Good effort. So, youthful Bala Town come unstuck. Lampard couldn't be happier. I mean, you only beat us 2-1, mate. I'd be a little bit happier, surely. What did you think of that tactic, of that formation? Maybe we saw that we got a goal back when we weren't playing it, so that's maybe a negative for it. Maybe against the very best teams, we need to stick with how we were playing last year. But I do wonder against the likes of Porto, if we being a little bit more ambitious might work for us. Now, unfortunately, Porto has won. So that puts us in a bit of a sticky situation already in the group where we do really need now to take something off of Porto. And next episode, it will be Valencia. So it's away from home to Valencia. I think what we'll do is we'll show the Wags game. We'll skip over Haverfordwest in the league and then we'll come back for Valencia. So a big away game. We've got 2 big away games because the next one is against Porto. So yeah, that's going to be they're massive games. We really do need to be getting at least a point from those 2 to keep ourselves in contention coming into the second half of the group stage there. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you think with the new tactic, as I said, in Europe and what we need to do. Maybe away from home, we stick with the last year's one and then maybe open up a little bit more at home. Anyway, guys, take care.